Toon Heads, Dan the Toon Keeper here, and welcome to another episode of Toon Chest. So, just to be transparent with you all, as a way to do quality control when using the randomizer to select a cartoon from this, once again, very resourceful book by Grant Wood, I would highly recommend getting this, probably through ebook because it's a lot cheaper than physical. The one rule that I had in mind when using the randomizer is cartoons released after 1959, with few exceptions, are out of the selection bank. So no Tom and Jerry cartoon from the Gene Deitch or Chuck Jones era, no Daffy Speedy cartoon, no Paramount, no Famous Studios, Paramount Cartoon Studios cartoon released after the Harvey sale in the late 50s. None of that. That being said, there are a few exceptions to that rule where I will still select cartoons released after 1959. And you could probably tell which ones easily, but the one surprising one you will probably hear is Walter Lance's Studio. And the reason that's surprising is because, I mean, you've seen the quality of Walter Lance's cartoons around this time, and their animation budget was pretty much decimated at that point. I mean, they still looked a smidge better, they still moved a smidge better than the then contemporary Hanna-Barbera cartoons even, but ever since they reopened in 1950, I mean, you could already tell that their cartoons started to look cheaper than just a couple of years before, when the cartoons looked very lush and fluid. From the reopening in 1950 onwards, the Walter Lance's Studios animation budget would just get worse and worse as the decade would go on. So why the hell is Walter Lance an exception to that rule? Why is his studio an exception to not covering post-1959 cartoon, or at least one of the exceptions? The reason is because Jack Hanna from Disney actually would come to Walter Lance's studio to direct a good amount of cartoons. It's very interesting to see like what his direction is with like a much smaller budget, and even retaining some of his staff from Disney, like some carryover, as well as of course working with other animators from other well-known studios. Like, I do remember a couple of shorts where Arthur Davis is credited with Jack Hanna. Jack Hanna directed shorts, and plus from what I've already seen from the Jack Hanna shorts at Walter Lance, they were actually not too bad. I mean, they weren't anything great, but that was mostly the fault of the industry far more than Jack Hanna. But I should also mention as well that this is also coming from the perspective of not having too much expectations for Jack Hanna and only going up from there, because his Donald Duck cartoons that he loved to do, the ones where he pits Donald against Chip and Dale, Spike the Bee, or any other small creature that you could think of, the cartoons that he did at that studio just did not gel with me at all. So having said all that, the reason I am mentioning this is because the short that we're covering today on this very show is called Voo-Doo Boo-Boo. Released in 1962, specifically August 14, 1962. This is one of the several Woody Woodpeckers that Jack Hanna directed, so interesting to see Jack Hanna go from one bird to another, right? So, I mean, what else can I say? Let's get started. I got my headphone piece on, I got the video on, let's play now. To watch the highlight of post-1960 Woody Woodpecker's animation. Yep, this is the highlight, the animation highlight, and it's all downhill from there. Animation quality, that is. The actual short itself, let's see. Jack Hanna and Ted Pierce, what a hell of a collaboration. As Mr. Peanut Butter would say from BoJack Horseman, what is this, a crossover? Warner Brothers and Disney.
Voodoo is still practiced in the more primitive regions. Absolutely. In fact, certain alligators have been known to practice this witchcraft to obtain food. Hard one.
You heard her there, folks. If you plan a trip to Florida, if you plan a trip to Florida, first watch out for DeSantis. But after DeSantis, watch out for gators who perform voodoo. Yeah, that's a thing down there.
Voodoo is for the birds.
I mean, he is a bird, so
Oh, this is most embarrassing.
Half an old Gabby, will you?
He's Woodpecker, so living his purpose, I guess. You know, I'm not sure if I could see it, but apparently one of the things that Jack Hanna did for Gabby Gator was, like, give him a more Donald-like snout.
Hey, where am I? What happened?
You dirty double-crosser!
Louie, I'm right to your...
The heroic cauldron, I guess.
He's got a smart head on him. I better shrink.
Well, Woody did shrink since the 40s, apparently. Like, they actually redesigned the character to be a little smaller than, like, his earlier appearances.
Well, how'd you like a fathead, fathead?
Now I'm gonna stop fooling around.
Yeah, see, that bit of animation right there where Gabby just dashes, like, that definitely brings an earlier Jack Hanna short to me. Obviously, scenes like that are limited, but... Oh. Woody had me fooled for a second. Now he's,
And now, in conclusion, I say, don't make a Voo-Doo Boo-Boo. I made a funny. Dry up.
wow, Woody Woodpecker had that covered for me. I was gonna do a stupid laugh with that, but... Oh. I was about to make a fish pun, but I didn't want to be as bad as that lady. Anyway, so that was Voo-Doo Boo-Boo, or yeah, Voo-Doo Boo-Boo, and yeah, I enjoyed it. Watch out for those. Actually, no, hold on, I forgot to give a rating. I give this a B. Like, not as strong as a B as book review, but definitely makes it in the B range, I would say. So, yeah, well, that's all I could really say at this point. Is watch out for gators that do voodoo, apparently. And I'm not going to make a pun as bad as that lady at the end of the short, because otherwise Woody Woodpecker will shrink me too. So I better have this before that happens. So see ya, folks.